Good evening, James, and welcome to this week's In the Dugout as we prepare for our home tie against Queen's Park. First, before we go into that, Phil, reflections on last week's away game at Elgin?
Yeah, it was a good 3 points. Not that you can get a bad 3 points, any 3 points is good. It's a really tough place to go, as we said before the game and post-match as well, and taking a few days to reflect on it. It's definitely shown to be a really valuable 3 points. We know that they're a good team. I actually think they're in a false position in the league, to be honest, Elgin. Good players, and just the way the whole game went, we were a wee bit backs to the wall, and which you would expect away from home, 1-0 up. You'd expect the home team to come at you, and I think we showed great resolve to dig in and see the game out.
And to be fair, it's probably the longest journey that we have in a season. How difficult is it to prepare, the guys for that? Or I know it's very much up to the guys to prepare themselves, but a coach trip, 3.5 to 4 hours up there before you even get into a warm up. How difficult is that?
Yeah, well, we're quite conscious of the preparation. I think we've prepared better than we did on Saturday before, but we've not won, so we tried something different in terms of giving them a wee bit longer in their bed and eating food on the way up instead of stopping up there for food. And I spoke to them last Thursday and mentioned just that. Sometimes you get your best results for just jumping off a bus, getting right on the pitch and not really thinking much about it. And in hindsight it worked. It was a wee bit of a gamble, but to be fair, we hadn't won up there before, as I say, so we tried something different and a wee bit more of the superstition in me rather than the proper preparation. We tried that and we won, so that's what we'll be doing when we go to Cove.
Yeah, and we were speaking to our new keeper on Saturday night there as well after the game, and as much as a lot of people were giving him the plaudits, and quite rightly so, he was very supportive of the back four and his teammates in general. He's came in, got to know his teammates very quickly and moved on from there.
Yeah, you could see Alan's qualities right away. We've obviously had problems in the goalkeeping department in terms of injury, certainly not in performances. I think we've obviously used 6 goalkeepers. I think 5 of them have had clean sheets in the league, which again must be some kind of record. And Alan to make a clean sheet on his debut, I thought he looked very safe and secure and picked up the good work previously with Josh and Aidan and obviously Callum at the start of the season. And yeah, I think we've not conceded a goal for 400 minutes or more, to be honest. So that's been testimony to all the players. I think you just look at goalkeepers and back fours, and the back four have been very good. But I think you can look at the top end of the pitch and Scott Shepherd's performances defensively. I think a lot of people don't see it, but obviously we've been consciously trying to drum that into his game since he came here, and his performances defensively for me are exceptional. He's a work rate, he's unselfish running for the team. He makes a lot of sacrifices. Strikers just want to score goals and they want to get their name on a score sheet. And he was a match winner on Saturday. But if you talk about defending, that's the first place in our team you should look. And Scott Shepherd, obviously Thompson, Wilson, Ballatoni and Henderson gave Alan very little to do, which is a big factor, and straight through the middle of the team. And it's a real team effort, I think, when you get a clean sheet. If somebody scores a goal, they seem to get all the plaudits, but when it's a clean sheet, it takes everybody.
As we look forward to Saturday, I don't think you'll need any reminder right enough that that Queen's Park did inflict a defeat on us when we last played them. What's your thoughts now about meeting them at Ainslie Park?
I thought we actually done a lot of good things that day. I said that at the time. I just thought we lacked a cutting edge at the top end of the pitch. We built the play fairly well. We got through the middle third, but we didn't hurt them enough, and we didn't defend well enough for their two goals. Obviously, we had a change of manager, so it might be big changes. They won at the weekend, so we can watch that game and reflect on that and review it and try and find a way to win. We have been good against them. We've played them 6 times in a year and a half and beat them 5, so 1 defeat's not a disaster. We just have to make sure it's not going to be 2.
And how's it looking in terms of the injury list that I know that you always seem to be plagued with, in terms of the numbers starting to grow a wee bit more at this stage of the season? I guess it's expected. They've played a lot of games so far, but how is it looking? It's
not very good, to be honest. I think it's just been papered over really with the good results that we've been having. I think the quality of players that we've had out as well has not really taken any headlines or notice because we've been winning games. I think to be missing two of the best left backs at this level, McIntyre and Crane, has been a big loss for us. Blair Henderson, Andy Black, two goalkeepers, Jordan Sinclair, and they're still all out, as is Alan Smith. So you're looking at 8 injuries, and most teams I think at this level would struggle to cope with that. But it shows you the strength and depth that we've got, and the squad. People are able to come in and no lessen the standard of the performance and keep the run going.
And to complement that, of course, we have had a very successful under-20s team this season, and you use that squad as well when required? Yeah,
absolutely. It's something that I would definitely be proud of, the fact that that's part of the club that maybe wasn't that brilliant before in terms of last season. Struggled a wee bit at times, and they've rebuilt the squad in the summer, and we've got a lot of promising young boys. We've let boys go who wanted to be playing first team football and maybe regret that now, but our 20s, as you say, they played their first pre-season friendly, lost that, and they've won every game since. So that's good to supplement the first team with 2 or 3 boys on the bench. High hopes for 1 or 2 of them. They've just got to bide their time and take their chance and be ready if they get a chance.
And we saw Callum Hall also returning from loan.
Yeah, so Callum's probably the plan is to get him back out on loan, to be honest, but he trained with us on Thursday and he trained very well, so he deserved his place on the bench. He wasn't there just to make up the numbers. So the ball's really in his court. He caught my eye on Thursday, and he, as I say, I wouldn't have had any hesitancy to putting him on. Just the way the game went, we had to put the subs on that we did. So it's probably up to him. If he has a good week, he could be on the bench on Saturday again.
Okay, thanks very much, James, and we look forward to the fixture on Saturday.
Cheers.